Unit 9, Investigating Light and Sound. In this unit, we are going to talk about the light and the sound and the waves. At the beginning, we are going to talk about the light and the light sources. As you know, from the previous, light is produced by different sources. What the meaning of light sources? Light sources, they are objects that can produce their own light. Like the lamp can light up a dark room, and a torch can light up your way in a dark street. The sun lights up the earth's surface every day. Light sources are divided into two types: the sun and the stars. Of course, they are natural light sources, if you remember that. And lamp, candle, and torch are artificial light sources or man made light sources. The second types of objects called light reflectors. Light sources, they can produce their own light. Light reflectors, they are objects that cannot produce the light, but they reflect the light coming out from a light source. So they look shiny when they reflect light. The moon is not considered as a light source. The moon cannot produce its own light, but it seems shiny because it reflects the light coming out from the sun. Light reflectors also, like the mirror, like this metallic spoon. Some light reflectors, like mirrors, shiny metals, polished wood, and smooth surfaces, they reflect the light very well. So they appear shiny. Other objects, other light reflectors, they reflect the light, but not very well. So they appear dull. Light sources, if the object produce large amount of light, we call it bright or dim. Light reflectors, if the object reflects the light very well, we call it shiny. If the object reflects the light but not very well, we call it dull. So, bright and dim come with the light sources. Shiny and dull describe these words describe the light reflectors. Reflective materials. Wearing reflective materials helps other people to see you in the dark. However, this will only happen when there is a source of light, like a lamp or a torch, candle, that reflects on the material. Remember, you must never look directly at the sun. It is so bright that it can damage your eyes very quickly. Some animals, such as the fireflies and the glowworms, are light sources. Of course, they are natural light sources. They have the ability to make their own light to attract moths. What is the reflection of light? The reflection, it is the change in the direction of the light when it hits the surface of an object. For example, here the sun produces many light rays or many beams of light. When the beam of light faces or falls on a light reflector surface, it changes its direction and moves in another way. This is the meaning of the light reflection. So the reflection of light needs a light source and reflective surface. How we see different things. In a line, beams of light travels in a straight line. When light hits an object, it's reflected or bounces off and enter to our eyes. This is how we see objects. In this picture, this is the eye of this picture represent the eye of uh, of any human, and this is a fruit. How can we see this fruit? Of course, we should have a light source. This source produces millions of light rays. Some of them, when they fall on this object reflects the light rays, and light rays reach to our eyes. Light ray reaches to our eyes, and by this way we can see the different objects. Also, this picture, how can we see this toy car? The candle is a light source. The candle produces millions of light rays. Some of them reach to the object, and the object reflects them. Some of them reach to our eyes, and this is how can we see this object. So we need a light source, object to reflects the light, and the light reaches to our eyes to see. The light should reach to our eyes to see, or must reach to our eyes to see different objects. Smooth, shiny surfaces such as mirrors and polished metals reflect light very well. Dull and dark surfaces such as dark fabrics do not reflect the light very well. They can reflect the light, but not very well. So we call them dull object. Shiny surface reflects the light very well. Dull surface reflects the light, but not very well. So it's dull. Two words, bright or dim, like what we talk about. Light strength varies from very bright light to less bright to dim light. This object produces large amount of light, so it's brightest lamp. This lamp less brighter than this one, less bright than this one, and this lamp dim lamp because it produces a little amount of light. How can we measure the brightness of the light? By using the data logger or by using the light meter. If you remember that from grade 3, data logger and light meter measure the brightness of the light by unit called the lux.